If you're watching this right now and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I need you to do something for me. Pause for just a second and ask yourself, are you here just to pass the time, or are you here to fundamentally change the trajectory of your life? Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another piece of casual advice. It's a condensed blueprint for a transformation so profound that if you apply it, you will look back a year from now and not recognize the person you used to be. This channel is built on one core principle, that real change doesn't come from consuming inspiration, but from implementing systems. Every video, every idea, every strategy I break down is a single piece of a larger puzzle designed to rebuild your mindset, your finances, and your daily reality from the ground up. By subscribing, you're not just getting notifications, you're making a commitment to your own evolution. You're joining a community of builders, creators, and silent achievers who have moved beyond wishful thinking and have decided to engineer their success through deliberate, consistent action. The algorithm will then begin to work in your favor, feeding your mind this content consistently, reinforcing these principles, and slowly overwriting the old programs of doubt, scarcity, and inaction. Think of your subscription as the first tiny automatic habit, a 1-second decision that aligns your digital environment with your aspirations. Without that, you leave your growth to chance. You might stumble back here, or you might get lost in the endless scroll of distractions that are designed to keep you exactly where you are. Subscribing is a signal to YouTube, but more importantly to your own subconscious, that you are serious. It creates a point of no return. It's a declaration that you are choosing a feed of empowerment over a feed of entertainment. I create this content with a specific purpose, to give you the tools, not just the talk. But tools are useless if they're not in your hands when you need them. By subscribing, you ensure these ideas find you, especially on the days you need them most, the days you feel stuck, the days you question your path, the days when the momentum feels slow. This is your anchor. This is your reminder that transformation is a process, not an event, and you need a steady stream of reinforcement to stay the course. So, if any part of you is tired of starting over, if you're done with resolutions that fizzle out by February, if you're ready to build something that lasts, then let this be your first conscious step. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Make this channel a fixed point in your week. Because what follows in this video and every video after is designed to compound, just like the habits we discuss. Each lesson builds on the last. We're going deep into the architecture of personal wealth, mental resilience, and purposeful living. But it all starts with you choosing to be here consistently. Don't let this just be another video you watch and forget. Let it be the day you decided to actively curate your input, to take control of what influences you, and to build a library of knowledge that you can return to again and again. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but it's sustained by a clear direction. Consider your subscription the setting of your compass. Now, let's begin.
2 years ago, I hit a point of quiet desperation. On paper, things were fine, but internally, I was stuck in a loop of striving without arriving, of hustling without building, of wanting without creating. I was consuming vast amounts of content, podcasts, books, videos, filled with grand ideas about passion and purpose, yet my daily reality felt strangely hollow. The breakthrough came not from finding another secret, but from realizing a devastatingly simple truth. I was a professional consumer and an amateur creator. I was treating my mind like a landfill for other people's ideas instead of a factory for my own. The shift began when I instituted what I now call the creator's ratio. I mandated that for every hour I spent consuming, scrolling, watching, reading, I had to spend at least 15 minutes creating. It didn't matter what it was, a paragraph of reflection, a sketch of a business idea, a short video on my phone, a plan for my finances. The content was irrelevant. The act was everything. This tiny habit, this non-negotiable rule, changed everything. It forced me out of passive reception and into active construction. You see, consumption is seductive because it feels like progress. You're learning, you're gathering, you're researching. But unchecked, it becomes a form of intellectual procrastination. It's a hiding place. Creation, on the other hand, is exposure. It's vulnerable. It's where you take the raw materials of inspiration and attempt to build something new. And in that process, you collide with your own limitations, your fears, your gaps in knowledge. And that collision is where true growth happens. Within weeks of enforcing this ratio, my mindset shifted from what can I learn today to what can I make today. The energy moved from inward to outward. I began to see problems as potential projects. Conversations became sources of material. My daily experiences became fodder for creation, not just passive living. This habit did more for my confidence than any motivational speech ever could, because confidence is earned through evidence, and every tiny creation, every note, every draft, every prototype was concrete evidence that I could shape reality, not just observe it. My relationship with time transformed. Scrolling felt like a leak, while creating felt like an investment. Even if what I made was flawed, imperfect, or seen by no one, the mere act of finishing something, of bringing a thought from the ether into existence, wired my brain for agency. This is the foundational habit that every other positive change springs from. You cannot think your way into a new life. You must build your way into it. And you start building not with grand ventures, but with microscopic acts of creation. This is why the most successful people are relentless creators. They don't just absorb the market, they make things for it. They don't just analyze trends, they set them. They understand that wealth, influence, and impact are not extracted from the world, they are projected into it. Your creations are your leverage against obscurity, your antidote to helplessness, your personal equity in the economy of attention and value. So I challenge you to audit your own ratio this week. How much of your precious mental energy is spent ingesting versus expressing? Start rebalancing. Tonight, after you finish watching this, close the tab and open a blank document. Write one idea, draft one plan, sketch one solution to a small problem in your life. Do not judge its quality, just complete the act. This is how you switch from being a tenant in your own mind to being the owner, the architect, and the builder.
With that foundation of creation set, the next critical habit formed in the quiet space I had carved out: intentional subtraction. I realized that my environment wasn't neutral. It was either conducting energy toward my goals or draining it away. And the most powerful element of my environment was the people I allowed immediate access to my psyche. I'm not talking about cutting people off out of malice or arrogance. I'm talking about the physics of growth. As you begin to change, you develop a new gravitational pull. Some relationships naturally orbit this new center of gravity. Others begin to exert a drag, holding you in an old atmosphere of complaint, gossip, cynicism, and small thinking. The habit I formed was one of compassionate detachment. I stopped sharing my most sacred dreams with people who had a history of responding with skepticism disguised as realism. I stopped venting in circles that only amplified frustration without generating solutions. I gradually reduced the frequency of interactions that left me feeling energetically depleted and intellectually stagnant. This is not about blaming others. It's about taking radical responsibility for your own focus. You cannot hear the whisper of your own intuition if you are constantly tuned in to the noise of collective pessimism. Simultaneously, I began the habit of strategic proximity. If I couldn't find the mentors and peers I needed in my immediate physical circle, I would build a digital cabinet of advisors. I curated my podcast feed, my YouTube subscriptions, and my reading list with the precision of a curator. I wasn't just looking for information, I was seeking out mindsets. I listened to interviews not just for the content, but to study the hosts' and guests' thought patterns, their questions, their frameworks. I read biographies not for the events, but to understand how successful people made decisions in uncertainty. This habit of curated intellectual proximity is perhaps the most underrated accelerator of growth. You are, in effect, choosing who whispers in your ear for hours each week. Are they whispers of ambition, strategy, and resilience, or whispers of drama, limitation, and fear? This dual habit, creating distance from draining influences and intentionally seeking out elevating ones, creates a vacuum that life rushes to fill with new opportunities and aligned people. Suddenly, I found myself having different kinds of conversations. Instead of discussing why things couldn't be done, we discussed how they could. Instead of rehashing problems, we engineered systems. The very language of my world changed. This extends to your digital spaces as well. Every social media follow, every newsletter subscription is a vote for the kind of mind you want to cultivate. Audit them ruthlessly. Does this account inspire you to build or tempt you to compare? Does this news source inform you or inflame you? Your attention is the most valuable currency you possess. This habit is about becoming a fierce guardian of it. By controlling your inputs, both human and informational, you begin to control your outputs. Your thoughts become clearer, your decisions more decisive, and your energy becomes a magnetic force, attracting scenarios and people that resonate with your new frequency. You are no longer a passive participant in your social ecosystem. You are its architect.
Now, as we wrap this up, I want you to take this beyond passive viewing. True integration happens through engagement. That's why I need you to do 3 things right now. First, comment below. Tell me which one of these ideas, the creator's ratio or the habit of intentional subtraction, resonates most with you right now, and why. Or tell me about one small habit you've already built that has compounded in your life. This act of writing it down here does 2 powerful things. It solidifies the concept in your own mind, and it creates a connection with others on the same path. Your comment might be the exact insight someone else needs to hear today. We build this community through shared experience, not just passive consumption. Second, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This is your commitment to making this growth a consistent part of your journey. Every new video is designed to build on these principles, to add another layer to your foundation, and to keep you moving forward when motivation fades. Your subscription tells the algorithm to prioritize transformation in your feed, subtly shaping your digital environment for success. And third, share this video with one person. Share it with a friend who you know is ready for this conversation but might not have found the words. Share it in a group chat where you talk about growth. Sharing is an act of leadership. It clarifies your own values and amplifies the message, creating ripples of positive change that extend far beyond your own screen. Your share could be the catalyst that changes someone else's trajectory. Remember, the journey we're talking about isn't a solitary grind, it's a collective ascent. We learn faster, we go further, and we stay accountable when we engage. So let's start that process right now. Drop your comment, hit subscribe, send that share. Take these 3 small, deliberate actions to close the loop between learning and doing. I read the comments, I engage with this community, and I build future content based on your questions and insights. This is a dialogue, not a monologue. Your voice matters in this. Now go out there and build your day with intention. I'll see you in the comments and in the next video.